Hello from Lineage.com. Hello from Team Yat Dragon. This is Sifu. So today I'm going to continue talking about the grid and also explaining now. I'm going to go back to the 5 elements and get over those words with you guys so that you can actually take a look at the deeper meaning of the 5 elements word and what they actually means. Now that is way cool, huh? Let's start. Try to pretend that Russian hacker guy. Kind of funny, huh? Okay, so the first word is gold. Okay, gold. Gum. Gum is the word. Like the gum that you chew. Okay, gum. Now, what is gum? Look. This is the word of gum. Okay? Now, what it means is elements from the proactive side and the responsive side. Okay? Between them two, between the two party, the party that start doing stuff and the party being done, okay, like both sides. In between the two, element has got rid of, like depart to an action. Okay? Element got into an action, depart from the proactive side, and element goes to the went into the responsive side. Okay, and then the proactive side got an action to be done, linked, okay, linked, and inherited this action or the idea of what to do to the responsive side, and also this is the when to end the action. Okay, this is inherited to this guy as well. And then in between the two, okay, things come down. Okay, the process or the action begins and come down to an end result. And so the proactive side now input the end result, and the responsive side react to it, and they both together form a final product. Now, this is the word of gum. It's much easier to understand when I try to say, oh, gum is just like a seed form, an essence kind of form. It's kind of much easier to understand like that. But here is the actual meaning of gum. If things actually fit into this pattern, then it's a gum. Now, after listening to just all these explaining of the word, you'll be really brain fried. Because the thing is like, what? This proactive and the responsive side, which is the proactive, kind of thing like that. Okay, it's kind of hard, right? So, maybe we should take money, okay, money as a form of gum, money, okay? So, even though you're not holding on to silver or copper, why this gum? Okay, and some people are asking why is gum not metal? Well, gum is not metal. Metal is gum sok. Okay, it's the metal category. It's like the gum category. It's part of it. But then something else can also be in the pattern, same pattern. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, just like saying, okay, gum can be also a color, right? Gum sik. Gum sok, see? So, yeah, a lot of things can be described using this word gum here, okay? So, as long as the proactive side and the responsive side, so let us set two party right here, okay? Money, again, okay, we're on money, okay? So, proactive side, responsive side, when I go to work, I get money, okay? Money is my gum, okay? So, when I go to work, so in between, when I go to work, the two party is me and the company that I'm working for. Okay, so me and the company. Me, and here is the corp. Not gorp, corp. Here's corporation. Now this is the company. Okay. Proactive side is me, responsive side is the corp. In between us, let's see what is gum. Okay? Now, the elements, the intention, the thought, the stuff from you, from between you and them is the labor, the working hours, the labor, the thought, the brain power that I'm going to output for them, and also the stuff that they want. Okay, so basically these, which is my my health, my energy, my thoughts, my brain wave, my brain power, brain juice, whatever you call those. Okay, depart from my side through the action that I'm going to do. So when I go to work, I do work and stuff, you know, all that stuff, and then it goes to the company. Now, action from my side has been given to this responsive side, and then created a limited amount of result to this side, and then elements of this action now execute. So the action has been done, and so because of me, my action, my final result, responsive side gives something back as a response, and then whatever end result I want is now inherited to the responsive side, and so this create the final thing that I'm supposed to get, the final result, which is the money, because you work for money. So the last step is the money. So because of my work done, the responsive side, which is the company, give me a feedback or a response, and then whatever I want to have at the end is now achieved. As you can see, gum can be anything. If you're not working for money, but you just want a reference letter, the reference letter is also your gum. Okay, so if you're working and you say, oh, I don't want money, I want food only, I only work for food, okay, so the food is your gum. The gum is the essence after all the work has been done, and the feedback that is given to you from the responsive side that creates the final result between you, like this party, and the other party. That is the gum. When you're doing magic, you cannot not understand this pattern and expect yourself to know how to do magic, because many things can be subbed into this 5-element cycle, and if you don't know the 5 element of things, you cannot decode and know how to do magic. Now that's the problem, right? When you look at the fu, or the words in our book and stuff, you see a lot of stuff like gum whatever, and then you don't know what they're talking about, because it's all a little framework, a pattern. You can sub anything into it depending on what you're trying to do. For example, if you're talking about like the gum between, we're doing a magic for a love relationship between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. What is the gum between? The gum is in between is maybe the end result. Okay, the maybe they want to get back together, and the relationship, the feeling is the gum, or it can be also the marriage cert or whatever. Okay, like stuff can be, anything can be gum depending on the situation. And if this gum fit this pattern, that's right, then you got the right word. So basically, as you can see, it's pretty much like a very broad thing. Okay, it can mean anything. It can really mean anything as long as it fits the pattern. As long as it fits the pattern, anything can be gum, as long as it fits the pattern for the need and for the situation. So the color of gold is just like, because it fits the color of gold of the piece of gold. But then the problem is, okay, this gold, like the gold nuggets, the gold, it's gold to human, because you can use the gold as some other things. It's like a seed. Okay, you can take that and then you can store it up, and then later on you can sell the gold, and so it's gum, because you can sell it and it transfer to other things that you want. But then if the gold is not valued anymore, if the people think that gold is really garbage, okay, then that gold nugget is nothing to you anymore. So yeah, basically this is the little concept of the metal or the gold, the gum. Okay, so all the gum soap is like this too. The gum soap, metal, all fit into this category, and that is why we say it's gold, like gold category. Like this kind of substance is fit into the gold category. Well, we will explain those later on when we talk about how planets are formed and stuff like that. But right now, as you can see, everything is like they fall into this grid, and basically, if you can decode the grid, you can basically decode many things and use the grid on other things as well. Just like we did before, we do the number, and now we're doing the 5 element, and basically as we go on, you'll see I will decode a lot of words, and like the more you listen, the more you get a sense of them. But at first it feels very brain frying, because there's always like the proactive side, the responsive side, and the proactive, and then between the two there's something happening and something transmitting. You're like very clouded, okay, right here, because the problem is every word is like a story. It's like a happening, okay? It explains what happened. So it's like one story. Every word tells a story of what happened, how it happened, and how it ends. So the more complex the word, the more strokes it has, the more things happen in that word, okay? The more things it can be done inside that word, because the more strokes happen, more strokes is there. So the more strokes, the more complex, the more things are done inside that word. The more simple, the less things is done. And another little mini lecture here is, you have a bunch of elements, a bunch of energies, or whatever you call those, the essential stuff, okay? The more strokes, the more word, the more action you're doing, the more it used up the elements. And because it used up, the more things it creates. But then it's just like the money stuff, okay? When you have more money at home, you have a lot of money, that's great. But if you don't use the money to buy stuff, you have nothing, you created nothing. The money itself to you is useless, right? But then if you use money to create stuff, for example, you buy food, you buy something to play with, you buy something that makes you happy, you use it for your internet, you use it for electricity, stuff like that, it makes it useful. Now you turn this gum into something very useful to you. Not only that, it's like a seed form, like a essential capsule of stuff, but now it expanded to create more things for you, to give birth to things, to make it useful for you. And that's why these letters decoding stuff, you need to understand, like when we write a fu and stuff like that, when we write fu, there are simple lines and stuff, like very simple looking fu. That is to do little or less stuff, which also means that the energy that we give into the fu will be utilized and more concentrated on a very simple task. Some fu is very complex, very long, with a lot of letters, a lot of very crazy strokes. Well, it's supposed to do more things, but then it also requires more energy to be infused to the fu in order for the fu to utilize all that stuff. It's just like saying you want the guy to do a lot of stuff, you need to give him more money. If you don't give enough money, then you cannot do a lot of stuff. But if you use a lot of money to do a little stuff, you will expect the guy to do a very good job at the stuff, right? So this same theory goes to all the magic stuff we're doing, all the spells, all the fu and all that stuff. Everything works in the same grid. Okay, so basically this concludes this lesson of the word gum, which is the 5 elements. The first one, gold. Okay, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye-bye.